Good morning, my dear students of grade 8. Today, inshallah, we're going to have Unit 2A, which is Call of the Wild. Unit 2A is the first part of Unit 2. And as you see from the title, we're speaking about the wild. The wild, it means the environment that we must have there, lions, tigers, pythons, and so on. Maybe sea turtles also. So, Call of the Wild, Unit 2A. Let's check the vocabulary together. As you see, survive, the first one, survive, to be still alive after a hard situation. What does it mean? So to be alive, it's the same like live. No, live, it's to have birth, like your mother gave you birth. So this is to live, but survive, to live after a hard situation. Do you remember Titanic? So people died when Titanic sank. If someone was alive at that time, I will call him that he survived. He didn't live. No, he survived. He survived the hard situation that his ship is going down the water. So he didn't live. No, he survived being in a shipwreck and his ship sank and so on. Hard situation. If some people had an accident and they all died, but only one person kept alive. So in this situation, I call him, he survived. He didn't live. No, live, it's the gift from Allah. The second word is freedom, the state of being free. You have the ability, the right to do whatever you want to do, to live freely, to go there, to come here, to do whatever you want, to have the right to live freely. Prairie, prairie, a wide area of land without many trees. So it's covered with yellow or green grass. Prairie, it's a wide area of land without many trees, but it's covered with yellow or green grass. And it's originally covered with grass. Yes, I told you this before. Maybe it's some photos show prairie with yellow grass, and some other photos show it with green grass. Mammal, the fourth word is mammal, a kind of animals that give birth and feed its young babies. A kind of animals that give birth and feed its young babies. So humans are mammals. Animals are mammals. What about fish? They are not mammals. What about birds? They are not mammals. So mammals, the kind of animals that give birth and feed its young babies. Reptiles, as I told you before, Unit 2A is speaking about the wild. So seas, animals, grass, reptiles, and so on. This is what we're going to speak about today, inshallah. Reptiles, any animals that has cold blood and that lays eggs. Any animal that has cold blood and that lays eggs, like snakes, turtles. I don't remember any other animal, but as you see, as you know, I think that you have had this in science. Squirrel. Squirrel, a small animal with long thick tail and red, gray, or black fur. It lives in the trees and eats nuts. The most common thing that we all know about squirrels that they eat nuts. They have long teeth and they eat nuts. Again, they have long teeth. The two front teeth are very long and they love eating nuts. I guess that you know now squirrel. What's squirrel? I guess. The third word, or I don't know which number is that, but the next word is habitat. Habitat, as you know in science, the place where plants and animals live. The place where plants and animals live. So, do we have only one habitat? No, we have a lot of habitats. The agricultural habitat, the sand habitat, the wild habitats, and so on. The sea habitat. Hedgerow. Hedgerow, a line of bushes planted along the edge of a field or a road. A line of bushes planted along the edge of a field or a road. What does this mean? Do you know here in our school, EES, we have a fence of trees. A fence of trees. When you enter the school, you find the garden. The garden have a fence of trees. That fence of trees, I call it hedgerow because it's a line of trees that are planted at the edge of the road. The next word, sand grains, it's the smallest part of the sand. The small hard pieces of particular substance. Sand grain, a small hard pieces of a particular substance. Agency. The next word is agency, an organization that provides service on behalf of other businesses. An organization that provides service on behalf of other business. We have agencies for cars, agencies for traveling. So it gives you a service for a specific particular. The next word, at risk, in danger. At risk, in danger. So as we were speaking about the wild, so we must speak about the danger that some animals are in. They are in danger to be endangered. So at risk, in danger, the same. We must put here, as you see here, you must put equal. So at risk, it's equals in danger. And here also we must add equal, endangered, equal, endangered. Leaflet, a printed sheet of paper that's given free to advertise or give information about something. It's a paper, okay? Leaflet, it's a paper where I can find in it some information about something. Inside the medicine, I find a leaflet to tell me how to use or how to take this medicine. Some new shops, they make leaflets and distribute it to people in the streets to give them some information about the new shop. So it's a printed sheet of paper that's given free to advertise or give information about something. It's for free. Next, shade is protection from sunlight, the shade of the sun. I guess some houses give us shade, some in the streets, I mean, some trees give us shade, and so on. Lining, the next one, lining, a layer or material used to cover, protect, or insulate the inner or unexposed surface of something. Okay, let's focus with that. A layer or a material used to cover or protect something. So if you have your car, you must cover your car. If you park in the street, I mean, you have to cover your car. So you have a lining. Lining, you cover your car. If you have some food and you want to eat it now, you want to leave it some time and then you will eat. In this case, you would have a lining. Flexible is an adjective. To be able to bend easily without breaking. Do you use it only with things, non-living things, I mean? No, use it with people, but to describe personalities. Like he's flexible. If I say that he's flexible, it means that he has the ability to deal with people flexible, in a flexible way. Okay? But if I speak about things, non-living things, to describe flexible, like I have that ruler, it's flexible. It means that it's able to bend easily without being broken. Liner. It's somehow like lining or lining is somehow similar to it, a piece of material that's used to cover the inside surface of something and thrown away after use. Next, turn up, phrasal verb means appear. Turn up, phrasal verb means appear. I was alone in my house when suddenly Alia turned up. She made me scared. Turned up, it means to appear suddenly. Over time, Time that you spend working at your job after you have worked the normal hours. For example, if your father works from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then he had overtime work, it means that he would work more hours from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., for example. So this is overtime. It's not the normal hours of work that your father used to work. People sometimes you do it or usually do this to have extra money. Next, starvation, the state of suffering, the state of suffering and death caused by having no food. Starvation, having no food. So is this a verb, adjective, or a noun? Yes, it's a noun. Starvation is a noun. Okay, if I want to say that I'm super hungry, I can say I'm starving. And here starving, it's a verb. I'm starving. So this is away from the text, but I want you to know starvation as a noun and how would I use the verb of it. So mom, I'm starving. It means that you are super hungry. Next, these are some expressions. If I say that as brown as a berry, it means very brown from the sun. Quite suntanned. It means that he was under the sun for a long time. So he was quite suntanned, okay? That girl is so pretty. She is as brown as a berry. Quite suntanned. She looks dark, I mean. These were the vocabs of Unit 2, Part 1. As you know, guys, that we have Unit 2 and Unit 2, Part 1, and Unit 2, Part 2. Part 1, we call it A, 2A. Part 2, we call it 2B. And the grammar is 2C. So this is Unit 1, Part 1, which is 2A. Call of the Wild. Guys, what if you see SOS? It's in the text. You can open your books, page 17. Here we have SOS. What does it mean, SOS? Save our souls. Whenever you are in a road, jungle, or any place, and you find someone wrote in the sky with the fires or that's smoke, SOS, it means that someone is asking you for help. It's very famous slogan, SOS. Save our souls. It means that someone is in danger and he wants you to help him. Okay? So whenever you guys are in danger, and I hope that don't happen, Yani, doesn't happen, write SOS and anyone can help you. Here he is speaking about what's the wildlife, what are habitats, what is happening to these animals living in that wildlife, what can we do? So this is an important text about what animals are going through and what's happening to them because we are part of that world and we deal with animals in a very bad way. So he's asking you what is wildlife, what are habitats, what's happening to it, what can we do? Let's read, of course, you know what's wildlife and what are habitats. You have had this in science. I want you now to think with me or to read with me in page 17 what's happening to wildlife. Let's read. Please open your books, page 17. In the UK alone, it means only the UK, there are about that number of different species of animals and that number of different species of plants. Sadly, though, over the last 100 years, more than 170 plant and animal species have completely disappeared. Oh my God, 170 plant and animal species have completely disappeared. This is so sad. Today, about 15% of all British wildlife is still at risk, especially animals such as the otter and the brown hare. Unless we do something to help, things will get only worse. The main reason why some types of plants or animals are becoming endangered species is that their habitats are lost or have changed. What do you think? How can I know that the habitats have changed or lost? For me, I would answer that some humans cut trees and trees are known habitats to some animals. Their habitat, trees are their habitat. So we cut trees, actually sometimes cut forests. So some trees are a habitat to some animals. What about forests? It's a huge habitat to a huge number of animals. So let's complete. Animals like moths, birds, bats have lost their homes as people have cut down the hedgerows they live in, as I told you. Also, a lot of ponds are no longer suitable for the animals and plants to live in because they are polluted or people have filled them in. This is a very important point. He's speaking about cutting trees, and I explained this, and he's speaking about what about animals that live in water? Why are they endangered animals? Because their ponds are no longer suitable for them to live in. Why? Because people throw their rubbish there, their chemical rubbish there. So the pond or the river is no longer a suitable place to them to live in. Or some people fill the ponds, fill in to make it road. To fill it in with dust to make it a road, not a pond. This is so sad. Okay, what can we do? If this is happening, what can we do? We need to save many species of endangered British wildlife from extinction before it's too late. You can help by supporting environmental groups like the Environmental Agency that are working to protect our rare wildlife and habitats from danger of disappearing forever. So the first thing that you can do is supporting some groups or agencies that they help animals. This is the first thing that you can do. Of course, supporting them with donation. I mean donation money, okay? Or you can be some of them, a member of that group. Okay. You can even create a small wildlife habitat yourself. You yourself, you can do that by making a pond at school or in your garden. Okay, let's move to page 16. He's telling you some information about the animals that are going to be endangered, and there's a song. Of course, I can't play it now. A song for that kind of animals, yani. And here, page 17, we have some pictures like pandas, otter. That's the otter. I'll tell you now on page 17 the new ones. Otter, it's down. That one, the otter that lives in the Arctic areas. Panda, it's not new. Chinchilla, it's new. Macaw, spotted dolphin. This is spotted because it has spots on its body. Bison, bald eagle. You know the tiger, but you don't know the species. It's Bengal tiger. Chimpanzee, sea turtle. You know it. They are not new. Okay. That was to Unit 2A, Call of the Wild. Thank you so much.